Okay, this is going to be an experiment. So I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to rebuild my VDrum kit. Now, this might not be very interesting to some of you, but there might be a couple of you out there that might be interested in how I'm going to do this, where I get the parts and everything. Okay, so none of this is new here. These are all used parts. Now, my old cage for the drum kit that you guys have seen on all of my videos for the last 10 years is actually sitting over here, so it still has parts. Right here, you see a cage that I bought for my daughter many years ago when she was really into drumming, and this was actually in her room. There's a really old video up on Facebook for it. And she got into other things, and she's doing percussion and all of that. She has her own drum room and a real drum kit over here now. And I am going to take this and build something new for myself. So now, I'm going to play around on my knees here on the floor. So pardon the audio if it's not great. I'm using the camera audio because I wasn't sure how this was going to work out. But I'm going to take a chance, and I'm going to try to do this unedited. So these are all of the drum parts that I have for this thing. As you can see, I've collected a lot of pads over the years. Most of them I got broken and rebuilt the electronics inside of them by using these here. Let me see if I can get it in the camera. These are piezo transducers. And what you do is, let me see if I've got one here with some solder marks on it. No, it doesn't look like I do. So if you look at the disc here, you can actually see that there's a white part and a silver part. You solder one wire onto the silver part and one wire onto the white part right in the middle. And then when this is struck or attached to something being struck, it will actually induce a voltage. You can plug that right into any module, and you can trigger drum sounds with it. Most of these pads have one of these in it. I think I got a snare pad and this big guy right here that actually I bought, and it actually worked. So, and the cymbal pads don't use these, although I could if I wanted to. So these actually work as well. So what I thought would be interesting is for you guys to actually watch how I put this thing together. And the cage price was $105 on eBay. My old cage, which is a little bit smaller and doesn't really have all of the parts, is only like $60, and I've been using that for a long, long time. The big kick drum that's kind of off camera right now, that actually has some, here, let me show you. So if you look at this, these are definitely not the original legs for this guy here. I don't know if you can see them here. This is a big rolling pad. It was completely broken. The guy sold it to me for $50. So I re-welded a base onto this thing. Did that at my dad's house. And went ahead and I took some posts and cut them, bent them at the ends, and put some furniture legs on them. Boom, I've got a good kick drum, and that's adjustable too. I did have to redo the electronics in this as well because they were shot. So it's got two piezo transducers on it because I wanted it really sensitive. And at the time I built this, I was using an Alesis TM4. And it really needed some sensitive pickups. I have since disconnected the second one because the Roland module that I have over there that I'll show you guys actually had a lot more sensitivity. So they work beautifully. It takes a lot on the module to get the different filters and stuff. But that I'll save for a different video. But right now I am going to build with this cage and with this. Like I said, this was $100. Let me go through some of the prices. It's just about $50. This guy over here. So if you look at some of these pads, you can tell that I've got some new mesh covers for them. I bought these three had to be about 10 years ago when I built the first kit. These were $150 for the 3 pads. Now, these are expensive pads, but all the electronics have been redone in these, just with the simple transducers. Then I went to a bigger kit for a while, and I bought 3 of these guys, and I also redid the electronics in these. And so I had my rack toms, and then I had a snare. One of these is, you can see, let's see, is this the one? Yeah, this should be the one. It's got the custom transducer in there that I built for that, or that I put together for that, going to the plug right here. And it works good. Now, they're a little bit sensitive on the outside because it's actually not touching the pad, but it works. So you got to set the filters on your module, good for that. And then I have one new pad right here that has the original electronics in it, but this particular Roland trigger is starting to get crusty, so I may have to replace that. But this one has a brand new head that I got on eBay. The heads cost, if you get the white ones, these come in from China. They're about $10 each. If you get the Roland ones, I think they're like 40 or 50 bucks. But I have this here. This was $10 on eBay. It's a mesh pad. This is going to go on kick drum right here. Once I get that done, now the cool part is my daughter is going to come down once I put the kit together. And she's going to sit at it and tell me what she likes about the kit and what she doesn't like, or if it works for her. And then I'm going to let her do the adjustments, because when she did the adjustments on her kit when it was built, it was perfect for me. So, okay, so let's get started. We have this cage. Like I said, this came in also from eBay. And it already has a bunch of the scopes for the cymbals, as well as the legs. Now, I already measured this out, and it fits perfectly in my space, in the main part of my studio. So let's see if we can unfold this thing here, just like this. This might be quicker than I anticipate, but I don't know. All right, so this would be the snare part. I think this would be the snare stand right here. So now the only thing that I'm missing is a hi-hat. Missing a hi-hat arm. Okay, so here's another thing I have. I have this great big suitcase of spare parts. I have tons. This is an iPad holder. I think I'm going to use this. This is missing the nut for that. I think I'm going to take that. Okay, so I am going to use this for the hi-hat deal, but I need to take, actually, oh, it has it. So there we go. So here is going to go, this is going to go here. And then this is going to be for the hi-hat. I think it's too long. I do have a tube cutter, but I don't think I'm going to use it. Now see, the only thing that I'm missing is I'm missing a crash. Missing a crash mount with this here. So, okay, so you can see here when my daughter had the kit, I had my old my DM5 drum module for her mounted on this little guy here. So the module, that particular module just sat on here. The module that I'm going to use is a TD3. It's very old, but it works great, and it's going to go right in the center of the 2 toms. So let's see. So let me start with Yeah, see, I'm concerned about this. This is real long. I don't know if I want it that long on there. Yeah, I might have to get the tube cutter. Now, these particular tubes. Oh, this is a Yamaha stand, by the way. And my other stand was an old Roland stand, but I like the silver, so I'm going to use this. Yeah, I'm really not happy about this being so long. I wonder if I have. You can get one of the, where it's cross and it would actually go through and it would actually like that. But I don't think in my bag of tricks here I have one of those. It doesn't look that I do. Here's another iPad holder. I could actually use that if I wanted to, my smaller iPad. Okay, so I don't have that, although I do have. Now, see, I could use a black stand, a black post for that, but I would lose my color sense on that. So this is for the snare. I'm gonna have to cut this post. I have to get my tube cutter. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to get my tube cutter because my old stand is in front of it. Hold on. This is the old stand. It's really, really dirty. I never cleaned it. All right. This is all live, folks. So I wasn't prepared to have to cut this post. So I'm going to move this guy off camera. And how long should this post be? Let's see. It would be about here, so we can see if I can cut this. This is a conduit cutter. I honestly don't know if this is going to work. I haven't done this in a long, long time. There it is. I am totally eyeballing this. Like I do everything else. Right? I don't even know if this tube cutter still works. So I got a pair of pliers because the grip is broken. Watch this. Okay? So you have to adjust it a little bit each time. Oh wow, you know what's happening? It's actually walking across the tube. It's not actually cut. Let's see here. Don't think this is going to work. Oh, it just bit. Okay. Like I said, this is live. I'm not sure if I'm going to edit this, but we'll see. Oh, it's getting really hard to move because it's really clamping down now. Ooh, I'm almost through. Almost through. Oh, I can feel it starting to slip. By that, the cutter. Bingo. All right. So, perfect. Absolutely perfect. That's going to be for the hi-hat. Actually like it down here instead of up here because that's why. Think about this. Because if I'm sitting, let me get my stool. Ouch. Now, the stool is adjusted to my height from it. Actually, might be okay. All right. We're going to leave it. So what have we done so far? We actually cut a tube, and actually use that for another one here if you want to. So what we did is we cut a custom length tube on here because it was sticking out way too far, and I don't have a lot of room in that studio. So I need to make sure that things are, at the right length. Okay, so now I don't need these, and I need to add one more of these to here for my crash symbols, and then this one is going to be my ride. So let's see how I'm going to do that. All right, I'm going to take. Okay, so this is another. This would be for like another tom or another, or hi-hat even. Let's see, what do I need? I need another one of these things. And I like them to match. I like to use only the ones that have the keys. There we go. This one has two of the keys, but it doesn't have the key for this. So what am I going to do? I am going to, looking in my bag of parts here. So let's see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the nut and the key off of this old thing, and I'm going to put it on here. Let's see if this. Oh, I need an Allen wrench. I didn't think about that. I need an Allen key to get this nut off right there, because I want to have two on these. All right, give me a sec. All right. So, Allen wrenches. Let's see. Oh, that was a lucky guess. I just happened to grab the right Allen key on this mess of wrenches here. And there. Done. So now I can put the key on there. There we go. So what these do is it keeps me from having to keeps me from having to use an Allen wrench for all of the connections here because that's a pain in the butt. Okay, so let me see here. You know what? I think I have the wrong part. Bear with me here. I need one of these here. What the symbol? What did I do with that? Is it there? Ah, that's it there. Oh, that's why. Okay. So this is what I actually need right here. All right. So in order to get this here for the scope, I have to take these off. Okay. So now, with that disconnected, you know what? So that's got two keys on it. This one. I'm going to take this stuff. And you know why I'm taking this one? Because it matches that one. That's the only reason. It has nothing to do with the operation on how this works. It only has to do with how consistent the look is. Which is very OCD. Alright, stuff there. Let's see, that key goes that way. Alright. Perfect. So now these are going to go back here. There. Okay, so now I can put the matching symbol stand on here. These are for my crash symbols. Remember to stay on the floor so I can look at the camera. So these are going to be for the crash symbols. All right, 1, 2. Beautiful. Okay, so the floor tom is going to go on this stand right next to the ride symbol. So let's see, how did I have it on this one here? The ride symbol was on the inside. And the tom was here. So let's see. I have to just try to make sure I got this right. Alright, so this is for the tom. Let's see, I'm trying to copy some of the setup on the old cage so that I do this right. And that one is going up. So, up here. There. That's for the tom. The floor tom, the would-be floor tom. Which I could make a bigger. And I need one more scope. Oh, I see. You know what? I don't have a key on this one for the bottom. this actually has a drum key deal. I don't know that I want that though. I don't know that I want that. Ah! Watch this. I am just going to take the one from the other kit. Whoa! So I need scope for the right symbol. And for the floor tom. Okay. So now these guys come up on my toms. This guy needs to come up for the snare. And get it tight. Right. That's going to be for my snare. Try to tighten that a little bit. Okay, so then we're worried about. So I had it's going to go here, but I wonder if it's going to be too high. And I could use this guy. But I think I'm going to use a pad. For as good as this is, it double triggers on me sometimes. So I've been using a traditional rubber pad for the hi-hat. So let me think of how I want to do this here. I think I can use. All right, I'm going to use this one here, and this is going to be for the right symbol. Just like that. Okay, we're almost there. All right, so let's see. So I have the opportunity to either have, these aren't full-size pads. These are 10-inch, and these are 8-inch, because I couldn't fit a 14-inch snare and 12-inch toms in my little room there. Okay, so we can test this. One. Two. My two toms. And just for now, use the 3 8-inch toms. So I'm going to want to tighten that so it doesn't swivel. Okay, beautiful. So now for my snare. If I move this out, keep it kind of on an angle, I can actually mount my snare here. The cool part is I can angle this any way I want. So I can move this quite a ways back. What was that? Where did these fall out? Obviously didn't mount that one very well. And tilt it. There we go. So now I have good. Oh wow, that came right out of there. So let's see where that nut went. Oh. Let's see if I can get this reattached. That's my knee. Oh, there you go. That was easy. So the important part when you put everything together, you want to make sure the keys are facing in a direction that's accessible. So once you put the pad on, if you're actually covering the key, you're not going to be able to move it or adjust it. After that, you know what? I'm missing one up here too. Okay. I didn't know that I was missing some up there. So, and what I'm talking about is these guys right here. Keys. So it looks like I'm missing them up here. And it is not right. There it is. Didn't need the washer. So, what do you think so far? Pretty cool. All right. So now, move this back. Now it's kind of wobbly right now because I don't have the feet tightened down. The hi-hat pedal's going to go there. Kick drum's going to go right there. I'm not going to need these on here. But there we go. Let's see. The real test is going to be my daughter to come down and make adjustments. So, let's see what I have here. This is definitely too low. Too angled. No. There. Like the way that feels. So I can do anything with this snare pad if I choose to keep it flush with the post. You can see that I can move this pretty much anywhere I want to. You know, my daughter might sit at this and say, "Dad, this is terrible." That's okay. Wow, does that feel good? And it looks nice. I love the silver tubes as opposed to the black tubes on the rolling cage. All right, let's see. Snare, tom, tom, tom. We need ride. But let's see. I need the fittings for the Roland cymbals. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these out. I'm going to show you, if you look closely here, these particular fittings are for like a traditional crash cymbal. The Roland cymbals need something a little bit different. the Roland cymbals need a rocker joint so that the pad will pivot like a real cymbal. It's not a real cymbal, I get that, but you know what I mean. Okay. I'm going to put that. That's for the ride. And now I'm going to take these off. And I am going to get the two Roland cymbal attachments from the other stand. I suppose I can bring this over here and show you what I'm doing. So what I'm doing here is I am disconnecting that and disconnecting that. Oh, and this is the module. Oh, that's what I forgot. That's what I forgot. I forgot to put the attachment, another one of these in the center for the module. I really don't want the module down here. That's going to be like really hard to get to if I'm programming this thing on a fine. Boy, it's this dirty. That's terrible. Alright, so let's put this over here. Got the two cymbal stands. I'm going to put this back. Okay, so the two cymbal pads. Guess what? Those fittings aren't right. Oh, these aren't the right fittings. These are for the thinner. See? These are thinner. So I can either take these off and put the wider. See, the hole on this is bigger. These are true electronic drum cymbal scopes, as to where these, difference in size, these are traditional cymbal pads. So I need to see if this is even possible to do here. Hold on a second. Alright, so I want one of these on one of these, and then goes. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Where's my drum key? There's this one. Okay. I didn't plan for this. Oh. Ooh. I don't think this is gonna work. We're gonna try it. Looks like there's some kind of electrical tape on these things for some reason. See, I don't remember what I did when I so this will work, but I'll need the old top. This is gonna take some work here. Alright, so for some reason I built the kit for my daughter. I put a whole bunch of electric tape on here. I don't know why. Probably because the cymbal pads that I had, they were like old-fashioned Simmons pads, where it was just a piece of plastic with a transducer stuck in it. Alright, so, okay, alright, this will work, but I have to use the bigger nut in order to get that on there. Okay, alright, so we're gonna see what happens here. So let's see. Alright, that works. So I need a a cymbal pad, which is really, really dirty. And that sits on the rocker. And then I need the wheel or the pad. And then the nut from the original. Oh, okay, it works. It works. I'm just guessing as far as the position goes. That's far away. And I need the other one. So I need this. Look at all these pads I have on this thing here. I'll bet this one's got electric tape too. Yep, sure does. That is so bizarre. It's bizarre. Okay, so we'll do this. Get rid of the electric tape here. Now I can get these pads off. And now I can take the Roland cymbal piece off of there. There it is. There we go. I can put this on here. Let's see if this is going to work. Oh, is it? Yep. Oh, no, it doesn't. Wow. So the screw. Oh, I see how that's going to happen. That's weird. So it does work. It's just going to be a long way down. We got another cymbal pad. There we go. I guess that's all right. And put the pad on there. And yeah, the black nut fits perfectly on this. Okay. That works. Okay. So this up just a bit more and forward. And this has to come up. Let's try this. Oh. All of my extra parts now. It's too angled. Okay. Like I said, my daughter's probably going to undo all of this. Okay. Okay. Feels good so far. Now nothing's tight. And you know what's bizarre? That even though nothing's tight, it's not wobbling at all. A little bit. Okay, so last but not least is the ride, and we know that this one already has the right attachment because I took it off of the other cage that I have. So right, let's bring this baby out a bit. And put the pad on. This. Really dusty. Let's see. Ready? It's still got some tuning, not tuning, but adjustments to do on mesh pads. And I'm not really a floor tom pad player per se. And this one's getting a little less bounce than these. And of course that can be adjusted by making the adjustments here on these nuts for the response, the pad feel. That's really tight. There we go. All right, so there we go. Perfect. Oh. So, what else can we do now to this guy? We can get a towel. I have a custom solution in here that I use. Something that won't eat away at the rubber. Now you could just use regular glass cleaner too. You know what works really good is Armor All. Makes the pads nice and shiny. The only problem with the Armor All is leaves stick marks on the black pads. So there we go. There's one. Two. Oh. This shirt is nice. Three. There we go. Woo! Nice and shiny, okay? Okay, so this is the part I've been dreading. Here's the hi-hat. And that's where that extra key fell out from. So I am going to get a key here. Let's see if this will go in. Uh-oh. Oh, I found it. I'm actually going to flip it over and put the key up here. Okay, let's see it there. There we go. It goes there. Nice. Okay. Hi-hat. How do I want to do this? So I can do it like that or like this. Or, no. I'm going to put it this way so that it's a little further away from me. And like I said, I don't like this particular hi-hat pad. I don't like it very much because it doesn't bounce. I take that back. It bounces right, but it double triggers when it bounces. And it doesn't matter how much I have the filter on the module, it still does it once in a while. So that's why I went to one of the basic pads like this for my hi-hat. Now, I've resigned myself to the fact that an electronic drum kit is never going to be what an acoustic drum kit is. And I think that's what people really need to understand about that. I learned how to play drums on an electronic kit, actually a homemade electronic. So I didn't actually play a real drum kit until many, many years later. Okay, so there we go. So let's see. And of course, I can flatten this. And I can give the rim on these particular pads, because they're double trigger pads, I can give that more of an edge hi-hat so that I can get the real dynamics. Not that I can play the real dynamics, but very cool. Okay. So, what do you think so far? I think it looks fantastic. It really does. And if you see me looking away, I'm looking at the video in the other room. So I think this can come a little closer for my cymbal. Crash 1. And I think this can be turned a little bit because it's kind of angling weird. When I'm playing electronic drums, I do like the crash pads to angle a bit. I think that's it. So then the only other thing to add would be the pick drum. And this thing is really, really dirty. I want to get one of the small ones, because I don't like this big one. However, there we go. It's nice though. Okay, so let's see. Like that. And that's it. That is my rebuild kit, and I'll see if I can get a picture and post it in the comments of the way the original kit looked on the cage. This has a little bit more room. It's a little bit more spread out. I'm a little bit worried it's not going to fit in there, but we'll see once I get it in there. So let me do this real quick. Okay, so let's see. So I just checked the recording. We're at exactly 56 minutes. So let me see if my daughter can come down. Yes, I called my daughter on the second floor. Let's see. Simpson. And, let's see here. Ready? Hello. The video is rolling, and I would like to know if you can come down for a minute and just test the position of the pads out for me. All right. See you in a few minutes. Hey, she's on her way down, so very cool. Yeah, this is all unedited. It's going to be one length video, and I want to see what she feels. Now, it's funny because she's getting more into percussion now, and she's in marching band. So she doesn't really play the drums much like she used to. I'm trying to find my pocket. I don't know where my pocket is. There it is. The pocket was there. But I do value her opinion on the pad positioning because I think it's really important to be able to feel comfortable at the kit. Make sure that you can reach the pads comfortably. Now that's the beauty about electronic drums. You have a little bit more freedom to adjust pads. You do on a regular drum kit, but the drums are bigger. I like the fact that it's 10-inch snare, 8-inch toms, and I think these are 10-inch cymbals. I think cymbal pads, it doesn't really say what size they are, but they're really comfortable. And I don't miss them. I mean, like, whiff. I don't miss them. I'm going to make sure that pads are clean. I'm going to have to do a lot of work with that kick drum because I think there's more dust on a kick drum than there is kick drum. Oh, I hear the floor creaking. Means that she is on her way down. Gonna have a lot of extra parts. Not to mention a whole cage. Now, what will be interesting? I don't have the cymbals, but I have enough. I've got 3 tom pads, so I could actually make another kit on the other one, but I don't have cymbals. Yeah. Oh, and the cool part is if I make these the tom pads, I can have a slightly bigger floor tom. But I've got 3 tom pads. I've got a hi-hat pad. And I have a snare. So the only thing that I would need is all I would need is just a couple of cymbal pads. Or, if you're like some drummers actually use real cymbals on their VDrum kits. Okay, I thought she was coming down. I guess she's not. Alright, so let's see. Well, I'm not coming down yet, I should say. Alright, so what else do I have that I can add? I have this stick holder. It's made by a company called ProMark. And this thing actually clamps onto one of the legs of your drum kit. And you can put a couple of extra sticks in it. So if you're playing and you realize you dropped a stick, have a couple of sticks there. It's really nice. It just has like almost like a chip clip kind of thing that attaches, and you can reach really quick and actually grab your drumsticks just like that. I suppose I could also attach it to the post here. And I could do it down there too. It's a little bit more out of the way. Yeah, I guess that would actually work. Okay, so now here's the one thing that I wasn't thinking of. You can see here that these are the old brackets from the old module that I had down. I should have taken those off before I put the kit together. Because you can't just slide them off. Although, probably what I could do, put a module down there. Put a reverb module down there. My old Oasis reverb. I could just leave it down there for maybe in the future. Okay, I think she's coming down now. And I think that is her. There we go. We have daughter. All right, have a seat and say hello to everybody. Look at that.
Hello.
Okay, this is Amanda, my daughter, and she is good at making sure the kid is adjusted right. Yeah, there's no sound, so just play. And just tell me if I got the pads right. I kind of remember what you've suggested before.
The hi-hat's too tall.
The hi-hat's too tall. See, I knew it. Is that better?
Yeah.
But you see, I should, what I should have done is I should have put the hi-hat down here.
Yeah.
So I think there's going to be a little bit of disassembly, but look at the stair stand.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's just the post. All right, go ahead and just get a feel for it. You don't have to do a performance for it.
So now we're gonna put the damn things.
Yeah, over there. We're actually live. Okay. Don't have to go anywhere.
Just recording.
Yeah, just recording. All right, so let's see.
Ride's in like the perfect place.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I
Okay,
always
good.
prefer the ride. Like
She
that
likes the
here.
ride.
I think everything is good.
Okay.
Just the hi-hat should be low.
Just the hi-hat needs to be lower. Okay, let's see if we can fix that up and mess it up without having to undo the whole cage. Let's see about if I did. Okay. Now, actually bring this up. It's going to be tough to get an angle on. Oh, that's pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah?
But
Okay, cool. So I can swing this out a little bit. And bring this in. Like that. Oh, that actually worked. I wasn't sure if I could flip it upside down like that. Okay. Nice.
Uh-huh.
Very, very good. And I get the daughter approval there on the adjustments. Beautiful. Excellent. All right. I think we need the sticks. So a couple of the things that I have to do yet is I screwed up when I put the cage together. I didn't leave an attachment here for the module. Now, yeah, see, it needs to be in there. So I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna get that in between the two posts now. And like I said, I didn't want to mount it down here because it would be a real pain to reach. So this is the module. It is a Roland TD6, and these are all of the colored cables that I use in order to set the pads up to the module. So the black cables go for the kick and the hi-hat pedal. And the colored cables go for all of the pads. Now there's 8 cables. I have 12. No, how many triggers do I have on this? I have, let's see, those are the outputs. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I have actually 10 triggers on here. That's not including, what is it including? Yes, it's including the hi-hat pedal inputs. So I really can't add or expand the kit anymore pad-wise. However, I could take some of the pad mounts from the other cage, I was going to say frame, for the other cage, and I could mount them right side up here and do like a rotor tom setup with the two white pads that are actually left over. But I might have to use this then for like a second module. I have an old Akai trigger module. It doesn't have any sounds, but I also have my DM5 drum module, which I may use to expand the kit if I can. Otherwise, if I can get this in my room, I will be surprised, but I think it will. Just a little bit of adjustment and bringing things in a bit. But that's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to show you guys how I was going to make one good kit out of 2. Well, they were both working, but out of 2 other kits. And remember, the pads that I bought all broken, and I fixed the electronics in them. If I could, there they are. With these are piezo transducers, and for those of you that actually remember Radio Shack, I had a couple of these, but these are the ones you can even get them on Amazon. Piezo electronic transducers, and you just solder a wire to the silver and then one to the center. Make sure it's a clean solder, and then you would actually put the other 2 ends on a 1/4 inch, either a screw jack or a solder point jack. And there you go. You can actually make your old drum pads triggers. You can even buy some Rubbermaid plates and attach them to a cage made out of conduit. And I'll see if I can get a picture. That was my first drum kit. That's what I learned to play drums on. And it worked really, really well. And that is pretty much it. I'll do some follow-up videos on the tuning of the pads. Not really tuning, but for the touch and the setup in the module, and then hooking it up to your DAW. In this case, it'll be Studio One. So let's see. I hope that was helpful. I'm going to close out the show. I have to run to the other room to run the outro. Easy for me to say. And I'll see you guys all in the next video.